Alright, we're live. Standing next to the radio. Playing the same song on repeat forever. In a terminal full of a bunch of dying people. A dying child. Next to a wild Kenji, yes. Yeah, we probably should have come here in the summer. It's very depressing here in the winter. Anyway, let's get on with this quest. So, Alphino and Alizé have shot collars on them. If I did make any wrong moves, they'll activate them. They just took them to a prison cell at a remote location, and they want us to go back and make demands of our people to leave. So that's where we are right now. You will accompany me back to your camp, where I will meet with your leader and present Lord Quintus's demands. Before we depart, however, there is something I would ask of you. Assuming your contingent complies, the supplies they surrender will need to be transported here. That task falls to Legionaries, Mercenilus, and Octavia, who will pilot Magitech armor to your headquarters. You are to inform them that we are leaving shortly. Tell them to ask the ill for further details. In those words. Once you've seen to that, meet me by the exit. You again. That's the ill, he said. So that's the way, that's to be the way of it, after all this. Ironic that you should be the one to deliver the news. If those are my orders, then so be it, for the glory of Garlemald. Octavia, what do you want with me? Ask the ill, so Lord Quintus has reached a decision. I knew he would understand, that he would recognize this. The savage is a ruthless, merciless creature, and to defeat him, we too must be uncompromising. I am ready. In the name of Emperor Varus, for the glory of Garlemald, I will fulfill my duty. Alright. Let's go. Should have driven up this. The other guy's driving up. Alright. Julius. Or Julius. Have you done as instructed? Their duties involve moving more than just moving supplies, don't they? Duty is rarely a simple thing. We have been given additional orders, though whether we will be required to follow them depends entirely on your contingent. You and I are in this together now, like it or not. We have to cooperate. There is one other matter, a place I'd like to visit on my way to your camp. It's a short walk from here. Follow me. It's a capital I. Yeah. I keep reading that, misreading that as Julius. But it's Julius. It's a double L. Julius lingers by the ruins, reluctant to leave and reluctant to stay, unable to move on. Wait here. Oh, someone's... You gonna do something about this robot shooting you in the dick, Kenji? There we go. All better now. Now we wait.
This is my home. Our home. At least it was until that night. I was with Lord Quintus when the capital fell, and thus spared. My family, who did not own a radio, were less fortunate. When dawn came, I made my way here. My parents, my little brother and sister, they were still inside. But they weren't themselves, and they tried to. And I had to. I'd promised to take them away from the capital that very morning, to somewhere safe, to hide until the fighting stopped. I promised. The Garlean flag bears a chain, the bonds between our countrymen. A red link at its center, the blood of the fallen. Our loved ones who lived and died for Garlemald. But if she too fell, who would be left to remember them and their sacrifice? What enduring proof would there be that they were ever here? If we had turned to your gods, would they have saved us? I'm sorry, forget I spoke. We should go.
No use.
Believe me, I do not enjoy being here any more than you. But he wanted us to play along, so that is what we will do.
So cold.
Painfully so. Unbearably.
I've been thinking about what Quintus said. About why no one would accept Garlean rule. Irreconcilable differences. When coexistence isn't an option, only conquest remains. Varus at Gimlet said much the same. Only by uniting the world beneath a single standard would we rid ourselves of the Ascians. united as one people, one race cleansed of imperfections, a cold and unforgiving vision. And when we fail to live up to their standards, what place is there for us in their world? But the truly sad, truly frustrating thing is how damnably similar it all is to the lofty ideals of Father and the Forum. Non-intervention. Always non-intervention. Protect our knowledge and our people, and to hells with the rest of you. And yet, I can see how it happened. Varys and Father looked to their elders for guidance and took their virtues as their own. But for this world was of their making. In who else could they place their trust? All of us lost in a sea of chaos, searching desperately for purpose and meaning. But it shouldn't just be an extension of another's. It has to be ours. It has to be. We all have a stake in this world. No one should be silenced.
I won't deny that we lack the experience of people such as Father or Quintus. Perhaps they've come to see the world as a series of problems, and the most efficient way of solving them, to reduce everything to fundamental forms. A stone is a stone, a cloud, a flower, no more than that. Simple descriptions that strip the subject of distinguishing characteristics. A man is a man, divided according to race, creed, or allegiance, and to some, defined by such associations.
Is that what you think?
In my misbegotten youth. But what I believed wisdom was no more than aggressive ignorance. I've since learned to look beyond the banners and the politics, to see people as individuals with their own hopes and dreams. As for my dream of building a better world, well, every day I'm reminded that it is far more complex than I had ever imagined. But it only spurs me onward, to find the wisdom and the strength to see it through to the very end.
All of our supplies and an immediate withdrawal. These are your conditions?
Demands. And you forgot about the airship. Once again, you will leave one behind. It will be used to return the prisoners. Their collars will be removed prior to the exchange.
So in the end, not even Father's expertly worded rhetoric could deter you from your chosen course.
Huh?
Not that I thought for a moment that it would. I've no love for violence, of course, but ours is a cause worth fighting for. I just wish he'd realize it too. Sometimes the only way to protect the ones you love is to take a stand, to refuse to suffer in silence. I want you to know I share your conviction. Whether it be on the battlefield or in the debating chamber, I won't back down. I guess what I'm saying is...
You've found your own reason to fight.
Yes. Yes, I have. God's willing, there will come a day when we can finally lay down our arms, and there will be peace. But not until the Telophoroi have been defeated once and for all. And you, brother, will have a vital, part to play. By your words and deeds, you'll lead the way.
I pray I am up to the task.
There'll always be naysayers. Those who think us fools for even trying. It's easy for learned elites to criticize earnest efforts and assert their moral superiority, all without offering alternatives. Not that their sophistry has ever wounded you. So stubborn and strong. Stronger than you even know. Don't ever change, you hear me? If you stumble, I'll be there to catch you. Or give you a thick ear. Maybe both, for good measure.
Thank you, Alice.
Man down. Would you look who it is? Batman came to save him.
The scouts have secured Alizé and Alphino. Their collars were removed without complication as well. They report no casualties, not for their party nor the guards, who will wake from their premature slumber in due course.
It would appear the situation has changed. I propose new terms. We have information that will be of great interest to Lord Quintus, and I wish to speak with him in person.
No. In the event you rejected our first proposal, we came prepared with a second.
Ambush!
More are coming! Make ready!
We, the loyal soldiers of the First Legion, proud servants of Garlemald, of the fallen Emperor Varys, shall safeguard these lands from the barbarian hordes until our countrymen return! Stop, both of you!
This child may be the worst emissary I have ever seen.
We received an urgent communication from the Grand Company of Eorzea.
Your
Envoys
countrymen
from the
are not
Imperial
returning.
Army, led by members of the 10th Legion, came to Alamigo and requested an audience. They explained that their efforts to coordinate the reclamation of the capital with the aid of the 4th, 5th, 8th, and 12th had ended in failure. Communication between most legions has broken down entirely. Most of the 10th's conscripts have deserted, leaving their forces severely depleted. That is why, unable to continue the fight on their own, they and their allies turned to the Grand Company of Eorzea for aid.
Lies! Every word!
It is the truth, and I have not finished. The 10th has requested that we deliver a message to Lord Quintus. Have the ill stand down.
You have been listening, my lord? What are your orders?
Inform her that we will honor the 10th's decision. Bereft of hope, and now dignity. I release you from your duty. All of you. I take solace, your radiance, in the knowledge you are not here to witness our debasement. 'Twas a grand, glorious dream we shared. Of a world united, of peace and prosperity. We are ghosts, you and I, memories of days gone by. Bonds forged in blood that I will not see tarnished.
Quickly! We have to reach the station before it's too late.
If there is still a chance that Quintus will agree to a truce, we must take it.
I just hope we get there before he and his men do something rash.
Speaking of something rash. Oh, too late. Down goes Goodman. Much and more has occurred since we last met. As for determining what comes next, we must speak with Lord Quintus. Yeah, about that. Before we proceed, tell me what you know of the First Legion and the disposition of their forces. They were preparing for a war while the refugees were in their care were left to go hungry. A reckless, short-sighted plan that risks the welfare of the people they are sworn to protect. Nevertheless, we cannot compel them to accept our aid. If we are to arrive in force with the intent to do so, would only incite panic, but perhaps they can be persuaded to follow one of their own. Go with Julius back to the station and have him lead the refugees here. Some may be willing or unable to leave, but for the time being, I'll take what I can get. Alphino, Alizé, and the scouts send to extricate them should already be... And the scouts sent to extricate him should already be at the station. I will also have our other comrades in the area lend their support should it be needed. Understood. No. It's a long walk back. Or drive. Come on, Kenji, let's go. There he went. Better watch going to Garlemald in the winter. It can be very depressing. probably do a party invite. There we go. Driving down the road. Ignomus and Julius. We arrived just before you did, and too late. Too late for what? What's happened? Lord Quintus, he took his own life. After the news about the 10th, he relieved us of our duties. And then, when he was alone, he ate a bullet. No, he wouldn't. Tancred and the others, assisted by the soldiers, have seen to the remains. In due course shall the legatus be afforded a proper burial. He released us from our duty. He wanted us to be free to choose our own fate. Without him to guide us, I have just this moment spoken with Lucia. We're ready to commence the transfer of the refugees here to Camp Broken Glass, should they be willing to accept our aid. Some would rather die, but most of us want to live. Tongs and standards be damned, we just want to live. We'll need to speak with refugees. They'll have to decide for themselves if they wish to come with us. If they would prefer to stay, we have supplies brought over. We can have supplies brought over for them. It'll be a hard journey for the others, but we'll see that they reach our camp safely. I Kenji aggravated something. Did you miss the tunnel to the train station, Kenji? like he's out running around somewhere up there. There he is. Down to the subway. Alright, we gotta talk to Sabinianus? Whatever. It was only ever a dream, wasn't it, to think we could reclaim it, rebuild it all ourselves. Before this all began, I sent my wife and daughter away to the provinces. If there's a chance I might see them again, I'll take it. So take me with you, please. Speak with Queso. Well, got the Aetheryte sorted in the end. All it took was a few adjustments, and now it works as well as it ever did. From what I can tell, the one in Ladder Room is also functioning as normal. That's where you lot are staying, isn't it? Now that most of us are packing up and leaving this place, I reckon there will be more use for me and my skills over at your camp. Alright. Since this is functioning as it should be, I can attune to it now, so we don't have to make that drive again. It's you, the one who treated me with such kindness. I heard from the others that you're not from around here. I thought you were one of us, not that it makes much difference now. Purebloods, migrants, savages, after a while the words start to lose meaning, until all you're left with is anger and fear and hate. And I'm too tired. If you and yours have come to offer aid, I'll be glad to accept. Okay. Train. Why? We have much to discuss. Our rescue, the attack on Camp Broken Glass, what we'd hoped to talk about with Quintus. But all of that can wait. More urgent matters demand our attention. Are any of the refugees willing to come to our camp? Thank the 12. You and I should go first. Secure the route back to Camp Broken Glass. With all the creatures and tempered skulking about, I bet we'll have our hands full. This should come in handy. Conqueror's Chain. Courtesy of our Limonson friends. I'd save it for the tempered, though. I'll mark a few points that need surveying on your map. Once you've taken care of the riffraff, we'll meet back at our camp. Let's go. Alright, we'll go to this one first. Let's destinate. And there we go. Ah, there it is. Alright, stop attacking him. Ah, there we go. Use the chain on him. There you go. Alright. Oh, wrong car. Wrong vehicle. And just hop out of the car. There we go. Alright, destinating again. Nothing here. Follow me! Chase the car right here, you. That thing might try to aggro us. We'll find out. Oh, no, it turned away. Alright. Alright, now use key item. There we go. Alright, captured another one. Hey, look, we got a healer. It's a sage. Yeah, they got this. Anyway. Down the road. Ah, there you are. I expected I ran into a few beasts who went down without much of a fight. The Tempered proved somewhat troublesome, but those chains should keep them under control, well, until our allies take them into custody. With that taken care of, I'm to go gather a few supplies and then return to the station. While I see to that, would you mind apprising Lucia of our progress? As it happens, I have some rather pertinent information from our recent scout forays, but I'll save that for later. First things first and all that. Let's go. Ah, Magnarmus, I was informed of Quintus's suicide. It must have come as a great shock to his men. What of the refugees? I'm told some were receptive to our proposal, but I would hear your first-hand account. Yeah, his blood's on the flag that he stood in front of all the time. That so many did not hesitate to accept proves how desperate their situation has become. We'll do our best to make them feel welcome. The troops who participated in the ambush are no exception. They will be afforded the same treatment as any other refugees. Perfidy notwithstanding, after all, even if I wanted to make an example of them, there's no one left to learn from it. We will tell our allies that these soldiers were acting under direct orders of their legatus, and that following his suicide they offered a full and unconditional surrender. Perhaps Quintus thought that he had lived. He would be tried as a war criminal, and his men punished with him. Perhaps by taking his own life, he hoped to absolve them of any culpability. But perhaps, like too many others, he was a true believer to the end. Though who can say? I didn't know the man or his heart. His reasons, noble or otherwise, died with him, and it falls to us to clean up the mess. I'm going to leave the party. Alright, in from the cold. I assume you're curious about the matters that have progressed here in our absence, quite well as it happens. Now that we've procured ceruleum from Tapper's Den, the recently repaired heaters can provide much needed warmth. Furthermore, we've prepared sufficient food for everyone. Those from Tertium shall find a hot meal waiting upon their arrival. There's one for you, so go on ahead with some well-earned rest. I believe that we're capable of wielding a ladle or two without your assistance. On your way, might I ask you to seek out Ishtola? She was but recently attending to the wounded, but she's meant to be taking a rest herself. See that she is. Gonna go talk with Ishtola. Yes, I've been taking proper breaks and imbibing sufficient water. But what of the Warrior of Light? You and the twins have an established history of reckless discard for your own well-being. We're all fortunate that none of you landed yourselves in my care. I've already quite enough to deal with, between the tempered and the first wounded. Alas, though, I can mend their bodies. The toll their experience has taken on their hearts and minds is another matter altogether. For their sakes, we mustn't waver. But nor must we rush ahead in eagerness to see to the day one, and in so doing invite disaster. Alright, several cutscenes. Let's do this. Top off my juice real quick.
Is that all of them?
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Warmth. At last.
Marvelous, isn't it? All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Well, be that as it may, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did? We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge rat.
Take that back!
Make me.
I will not stoop to your level.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
I know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible. Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent. We owe it all to you. We've shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter.
We don't often have the luxury of choice.
Indeed. We can but do our utmost to unite these disparate peoples and lead them to victory.
Otters.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
Yes, I know what you mean. On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
On behalf of the Valiant, I thank you for inviting me today.
What? Emperor Varus?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Save me, brave hero! Ahem. My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Ah, shit, I got abducted.
The experiment was a success, but I fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Now, it is time for you to awaken. Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets
What kind of
cold.
awful ass nightmare is this shit?
Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh. So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing. We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo.
Yeah, I killed him. About to kill you,
His
too.
was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of making some improvements and selecting you as my esteemed test subject.
This is such a pain in the ass.
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes. Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate. Ah, exposition is in order. The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then? Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course. As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Galvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself. And lo, the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima.
They made a Varus primal. All right.
It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
Does the pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery. Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us, of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of euphoria. I have been honing my craft as I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone. At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost his appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of Cassian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Together.
Oh dear! Whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you? I shudder to imagine what carnage he would wreak. We'd better hurry if we want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity. Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making his way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy. Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them. But on this occasion, the odds are not so heavily stacked in your favor.
Proceed. I am now unknown Imperial. But this here, then that there. I guess that there. Yeah, I'll put that there. Back to like a level 1 gladiator.
Not bad at all, given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows, scurrying about like a rodent. Found a medical kit. There we go. Alright. Alright. Got me a couple medical kits. And I gotta sneak around here. Oh, deceased Imperial. Thing there. Hit. One seen me. Hit. I can use that. On you.
Deceased Imperial. Oh, a medical kit. Alright. Now I gotta find the key and the fuel. I already know where the fuel is, so I'll go grab that. I saw the fuel back here. Shit. Alright, got the fuel. Now, just sneak around without getting into combat. See if I can do this again. So far, so good. On you, turn away. Here we go. Up and turned, thank goodness. I thought I was the only one left. The bastards got my hand when they took down my Magitech Reaper. If you can repair its leg, though, it should still work. Here, take this key. If I had the use of my hand, I might have stood a chance out there. Please send help if you can. Alright, got the key. Hop off of this thing. Proceed while avoiding Imperials. You there, please help us! Alright, helping random people out. Donut AoE. Oh, everything exploded. You begin to lose consciousness. Oh, oh, shit. There we go. All right. Got it. Well, this is how I'm gonna make it there now. Yep. This is our life now. Like you mean it.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna, and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Eulus? His symptoms were particularly severe.
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back from the Magna Glacius. As those in most desperate need take priority, it may be a while before he receives treatment. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our missing friend. May the Fury guide you.
Of all the bloody times for a disappearing act.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw him leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
While I know full well he can handle himself, I worry all the same.
Ah, speak of the devil.
Well, time to call off the search.
Case closed.
That's him. Over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive his presence?
I am. Perhaps, in the aftermath of the wave, there is some residual effect interfering with my faculties. But...
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well. Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Enough, Xenos! The shoulder charge!
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I've yet to pay my respects. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective. Charitable souls that you are, you bent over backwards to aid them. Heedless of the delay. Predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered. Anima will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether. And then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacles. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken. And all shall bear witness to the final days.
The final days were upon us. I don't know.
the gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
Feel the hate flow through you, Skywalker.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, weal enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Thank goodness. He's awake.
I knew I'd beat you to it. So, I'm not dead yet.
I am pleased to report you are very much alive.
Everything in working order? That's a relief. Oh, and before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly.
Well, I did shoulder charge
My
myself.
recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Van Daniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly. Once you've blown away the cobwebs, we can discuss preparations for our assault on the Tower of Babel.
Just certain you're well. Nothing out of place, no missing bits. Good thing, though. I won't promise the same for Fandaniel or Xenos after I'm through with them. How much of must these people suffer before they're satisfied? How many cruel, pointless tricks must they play? Prelude to the final days or no, this ends now. Alright. Genji, did you make it out of the solo duty? We got a dungeon coming up we gotta do. Gateway to the gods. Are you well enough to make your report? Yes. So anyway, they stole my body. Its anima was summoned with the corpse of Emperor Varus. Is their depravity no bounds? There we go. It seems not. More to the point, we can surmise that the wave of ether issued not from the Tower of Babel, but from the primal lurking within it. A primal whose cry rang rather more loudly in your ears than ours. If you were taken to the tower itself, then this proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the beating heart of the Telophoroid's machinations. In which case, we have some highly relevant information. As many of you know, ever since we dispatched troops to free the Levaliers, we've been developing a plan to infiltrate the tower. According to Thancred and his scouts, the main structure is lousy with tempered and enemy magitech. Furthermore, the road leading to it has collapsed, making it difficult to approach in numbers. Thus, do we propose dividing our forces into two parties, one to distract and one to infiltrate. The Prussianary force will be comprised of the Asgardian, Gridanian, and Lemenzen delegations. They will begin the construction of bridges to make the Telophoroi believe we are marching upon the tower. Meanwhile, the rest of the best suited of our Alamegan, Odon, and Eastern comrades will use a different method of ingress. Look here. The facility marked in red is the Insulatum, a vast magitech manufactory, in ruins now, of course, but the freight tunnel connecting it to the erstwhile palace, Imperial Palace, remains intact. While the Telophoroid's attention is elsewhere, our infiltration force can use it to enter the tower undetected. Be aware, however, that the underground rail network remains very much operational. The Tempered are using it to bring supplies to the tower even now. If it can carry their material, it can carry us too, provided we sneak aboard unseen. The Scions will lead an infiltration party. Once inside, you must locate and dispatch Fandaniel and Xenos. I'll have my vengeance yet. And if a bitch takes my body for a joyride, he'll get what's coming to him. We'll get our fill, you and me both. How quickly can we enact this plan? And Daniel made it quite clear that haste is a priority. Of paramount concern, even assuming he didn't name the tower Babel on a whim. In Amon's time, it meant Gateway of the Gods. Xandi used it to refer to a void gate, but in this case, it almost certainly alludes to something altogether greater. The eldest and most powerful of primals. All the more reason to act now. The rest of the contingent is aware of the plan and are ready to move at a moment's notice. You are to proceed north to Forum Patents. Lisa's group will meet you there. As ever, we are grateful for your insight. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Spare no effort in your preparations. Oh yeah, it's dungeon time. We gotta go speak with Lise. Yep, Zelda 2 time. Oh, Ether Quest. Okay. You may want to switch to a DPS job, though. we go. All right. We can shoot them in the face. Kids are interesting. Yeah, your shotgun's about to get some action in this dungeon. And Lee says, "Hey, Nomus, the way into the tunnel is clear. We made sure of it." Let's get in there. We'd best get in there before we freeze, especially you. Oh, the shoe will be on the other foot once we're in, believe you me. A good fight should warm us right up. Barely enough cloth to swaddle a newborn. Clearly you have spent too long around this feral dog of a Dathal. Watch your tongue, fool, lest I feed it to the crows. We will see who is the fool when you freeze to death. Expect me not to warm your ill-prepared hide. These furs are for me and for myself and my Nama alone. Should I be blessed to meet her this day. As if any one woman of worth would wish to be warned by you, little son. Should we find such a warrior within, she will bask in my glorious flame. Stop, both of you. Save your fire for the enemy. As for extra furs, I have plenty to spare. As do we. Hello everyone, all set for battle, I see. Yes, free of unnecessary encumbrances. If rather more susceptible to the old, let us review our strategy quickly, if you don't mind. Pippin's group has gone on ahead to the Insuladium, where we are to meet them there. We wait until the Tempered's attention is drawn by our diversionary force, then we sneak onto the train. Next stop, Tower of Babel. If any Tempered included are injured, we Zayla will tend to them. You Scions must press on, no matter what. We should get moving as a group until we're underground. We'll need to make our own way to the Insuladium. See you there. Alright, now we go talk to Pippin. This way. There we go. Hail, it's good to see you, Magnomus. We heard that you collapsed, but you were given only the most cursory explanation. I'm glad you recovered, and quickly enough to take part in the operation at that. As you will have heard, we secured the way in. Some few are to remain to keep behind Behind to keep your escape route clear. Our comrade from Lente's Tears will lead the way into the station. I'll join you soon. Proceed to the station. Alright, now we wait over here. Destinating. This is everyone. Now would be the signal. Consider the enemy well and truly distracted. Yep. Time to go. Our primary objective is, of course, the Telarphoroid's leaders. But should we be presented with an opportunity to vanquish Anima, we must seize it. If it is indeed the force behind the towers, destroying it would deliver our allies from the Telarphoroid's reign of terror. And I, for one, would not see Garlean people manipulated any longer, be it by Primal, Ascian, or anything else. Here, here. There's been enough of that. We came to help the people of Garlemald, and that's what we're going to do, together. Till the very end. The train should be along any moment now. Prepare to board, everyone. Oh shoot, I didn't, gotta mute this. There we go. That was... I'll invite this healer, see if they want to come. Alright. They didn't reply, so... it's tower time. And here we go. Oh, looks like our train's here.
Now or never.
Let's go. Ooh, the flamethrower, nice. And there we go. First boss. Oops. Messed that up. Alright. He's gonna do a not pushback on me, because I've got... If he's charged the same charge as you, he'll repel you. If he's charged a different charge, he'll attract you. I'm gonna get pushed back. Kenji's gonna get sucked towards the middle. Get back, Kenji. Alright, what's he doing this time? Oops. Oh, he's just gonna keep aiming at us, isn't he? Oh. Done aiming ground and pounds, huh? Oh, cool. I can stay right up next. Oh, wait, no, I'm opposite. I gotta stay back. I'm gonna get pushed back. Whoop. All right, what am? Oh. Quick dodge, there we go. Actually, I'm gonna X on this so that Frank gets a chance to get these, because these could be used for his Gunbreaker and Scholar. Potentially. Actually, wait. He's got the Augmented Crippler for the Gunbreaker. Oh well. Go with that. Might be better, might be worse. elevator stop. Time to kick some ass. Let me into the flamethrower here, guys. There we go. Alright, up we go. It's Zelda 2 over there. With Pippin. Go. And these. You missed. You were supposed to line that up to hit both of them. Past the verge. Let us see who gets there first. Ah, wrong button. Oops. Pass. Pass. Here we go. This door closed. I think it is. I'll get the box though. Always these weak little pulls. Alright, boss time. Second boss. Alright, so this guy, if he summons Beyblades, stand on the little mini icon over here. If he turns the arena to water, stand on the frog icon on the left. Good? Good. Let's do it. Alright, he's doing downpour, so the frog icon. There we go. Basically, to stop yourself from taking a bunch of water damage. Now Frank is small and he's drowning because he stepped on the wrong icon. Alright. Now you can step back on the frog icon to turn back into a huge... Oh. That's both the DPS down. Why'd you do that? The healer could have got you. Yeah, that thing. Alright, there's the Beyblades, so I'm gonna shrink so that it ducks me under these. Oh, wait. Oh, want another one. Now I can get on. Now I can stop shrinking. Alright, he's doing downpour. That's gonna mean frog. Gonna keep launching missiles at us, so you just keep moving. Good. Here come the Beyblades again. Let it rip. Do it again. There we go. Frogged again. again, Magitech chakrams. I stood in it. There we go. I guess I can do this in the meantime. Ring of aiming. Oh, that's exactly the same level as the here. All right. Ass. Ass. It's exactly the same item level as the before the sun. All right, passing up little sun. Now for the fun part. Right. Icon of icons, Anima. Yes, yes it was. Oh shit, get out of the squares! Get as far away from these as possible. There we go. He's doing boundless pain. Oh, get out of that. Out of that. Alright, let's reset. Let's stay still. It's gonna keep chasing until it kills us. Alright. Starting point. Ah, the healer had to get their dog out of the room. Hey Kenji, use Peloton when I come in. There we go. Alright, we can walk a little faster. To the right. Really, this thing's still doing its thing? Alright. You can run along the edge and get around that AoE. And alright, I see the summoner. Alright. Alright, stay out of the squares. This way. Benji, get out of the square. Oh, you barely made it. Good job. That way works too. Alright, get away from black holes. Alright, he's doing boundless pain. Out of the middle. You're gonna keep taking damage as long as you're in the middle. Run to a corner. Ah, shit. Well, I called up my summon for nothing. Alright, so stand in between these and stand in between the ones on the other side. Now the other ones are going to come across. Alright, whoever's got these on them, run. And keep running. Keep moving. They're gonna chase you. Stand right here. Oh, they got the, did Kenji res himself? Yeah, he's out. The fight. Charged it. The altered reality plunges into chaos. Ah, we did wipe. What do you know? Alright, back through the shortcut again. Yep, that's a DPS check. We'll make it eventually. Countdown again. Far away from your things. Summoner, you gotta go further than that. Oh. Gotta go until the tether changes. Kill him before he charges. I got one of the things. I'll show you how it's done here. Gonna run straight across the map. And there we go. Alright. Here's some defense for everybody. The corners. Good moving, Kenji. Yeah, go ahead and limit break somebody. Hit him. Alright, move away. Oh shit, I didn't make it. Or did I? Oh, I barely made it. And we're done. Glory, glory, glory be. You glory be to guard Lamalding no more. Alright, I'll pass on these. What do we got? Maiming, that's for Dragoons, and... Alright, guess I'll take the Red Mage arm weapons. I got the both commendations. Probably because Kenji kept leaving.
Farewell, Varus. May the gods have mercy on your soul.
Alright. Watch this.
Come. The other two await.
Nope. May not have been English. You did okay for a first time. You just kept leaving the battle prematurely. Last of the glory be the Garlemalding for him.
Oh, hush.
I think is what I said. Justinian ain't taking your shit, but you ain't taking his shit either, so.
Oh, mighty Zodiac! Awaken from your slumber and descend!
Some manner of magical defense.
Cryo? But how?
Yeah, we left her all the way back in Charlan.
The shackles that bind my adversary will not be so easily broken.
Hydaelyn! Feeble relic of a forgotten age! Hark! Victory is mine! No more ether. And I was so close. My lord, a slight change of plans. We shall travel to the moon and break this wretched barrier ourselves.
Whatever it takes.
What was that?
The final order issued by Anima to the tempered thralls. Should the Empire fall, the world must share our fate. Of course, Father lacked the conviction to give such a command. The abomination born of his flesh was but a puppet, and I the puppeteer.
You madman, you monster!
There's a funny joy in watching your flailing attempts to fight the inevitable. You're all going to die, and are powerless to prevent it. We really must be on our way. You're welcome to give chase, provided you are content to leave comrade and tempered alike to die screaming.
I have asked too much of this child. Tend to her. The last brand at Mare Lamentorum is yet unbroken. Zodiac remains bound. I have shifted the flow of ether and sent the enemy far from their destination. Now, I shall divert it once more. An ally awaits, and I will deliver you unto him. Seek his aid. Restore the seal. Zodiac must not be set free.
The Tempered are running wild. Not only those at the tower, but those back at the camp. The others are doing their best to contain them, but the situation is growing beyond our control.
Leave them to die or give up the chase. Just like Fandaniel said.
I'm the one Xenos won.
You're going alone?
Yep. I'm gonna use my skill called Low Blow on him.
You have our trust and our faith. I pray we have yours. Our friends in the Tempered need our help. We will save as many as we can, I swear.
Once we have matters well in hand, we'll join you on the moon. Until then, be careful. There's no telling what you'll find.
Alright, we're going to the moon in a minute. Let me use the restroom real quick. No oxygen, he says. You're just not trying hard enough to breathe, Frank. You'll see. You just gotta breathe harder. If all of the tempered are affected, Julius and his comrades likely put up quite the struggle. We must find a way to save them. We must. I only pray that we are not too late. In the meantime, may the 12 carry you to victory. Alright, that completes the Garlemald section of the... My apologies, I was lost in thought. This device is of elegant design, which leads me to think I was right about Fandaniel. No matter what he claims, he still has an attachment to the trappings of his past. Whether knowing this will make your path forward clearer, I cannot say, but bear it in mind. But let us turn to the task at hand. As Heidelin said, the flow of ether will transport you to Mare Lamentorum. We must hope this ally of hers can provide you with necessary assistance to restore the seal before Zodiark and Fandaniel arrive to stop you. Before Xenos and Fandaniel arrive to stop you. It seems we are ever one step behind, but I have faith that you'll make up the difference. Know that whatever awaits, our prayers are with you. Now go, beyond the sky. Alright. Ready to activate the teleportation device, Frank? Yes, here we go.
Long, long before Dalamud was forged to imprison an Elder Primal, the eldest of them all, savior of the star, was sealed within a moon of his own. Souls sacrificed to grant him life still slumber and dream of the day he and we will be made whole. Here he waits, in this cold, barren place, his cradle and his grave. Silent lamentations and prayers of hope echo soundlessly to a sundered star, adrift and alone.
You with me, Heidelin's champion. You suffocating yet? All right. Rip to the moon. Talk to this guy. I return. I must return. Why? 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 Alright, Fire Rat, meet us on the moon. It's on ferry, remember, so that we can get into the trial soon enough. I'm attuning to the Aetherite. Then I'm going to talk to the guy. Here we go. I can just come back to the moon all willy-nilly. I want. I need. That seemed me. You mustn't touch. In Cerulean halls, find me. All right. Let's go to the house. As we look around. No steps echo through the slimming spire save your own, but you nevertheless sense a presence above. Alright, we're going up. Big door. A watcher. Is he here pondering the question of what if? Apologies, I have been preoccupied for quite some time. I'm out of practice in conversation. Ever since this moon was created by Heidelin, I have served as an integral part. I am the Watcher. I am responsible for the prisoner and the devices that hold him fast. Zodiark himself, a projection of the moon's core. Though rent asunder by Heidelin, he grows more and more powerful with every rejoining. 7 there have been, 7 too many. And yet, for all his servants, machinations here remains incomplete. The fallen are beyond salvation. No attempt would be made to free Zodiark, but not until he's whole once more. But someone has taken action, the shackles that hold him nearly shattered. 6 locks to his jail, great and grand. Gargantuan swords driven deep, brands to bind Zodiark forevermore. 5 were destroyed by his would-be liberator. One of these I have restored. I strive to mend the remaining 4, but my efforts are being impeded. Souls sacrificed to summon Zodiark, their manifestation consequence of the waning seal. A labor in opposition to my work. They must be expelled for the preservation of all. Keeping Zodiark as imprisoned is the right thing to do. I will aid you. What is right and good? Ask 1,000 souls and receive 1,000 answers. I offer none. I am the Watcher and the Jailer. I am not the Judge. Know this, Heidelin commands the forces of stasis, and this moon is the product of such power. So long as Zodiark remains imprisoned in this place, no more sacrifices will be made in his name, nor will those souls rendered up in his name fade into oblivion. Meet with these wandering spirits. Do what you think is right. Ow. That hurt a lot. I guess the gravity's not low like it's supposed to be on the moon either. Jeez. Ow. Oh, shit. Was I supposed to talk with him back there? I need to go back in. I think I jumped the gun. I did jump the gun. SpaghettiOs. I go back and get my faster mount. Back in the house, back up the stairs. You must confront those lost souls. Yes, but you need not expel them by might of arms. A feather touch, a firm word, simple methods may send them away, faint echoes as they are. Where the strength and of sentiment that drives them, however, emotions that do not fade even with the passage of centuries. And make haste, though yet distant, unwelcome guests draw closer. Now we go. Where? When? How long? Alright. Next one. Is it truly so long ago? We were happy, at peace with the star. We nurtured it, helped it grow, with our will, with our creations. We were the star's beating heart, its life. Every soul a drop of blood flowing through its veins. Live, to learn, to create, to make better. The star flourished, as did we. Do you remember? An unusually lustrous dog gazes at you with what seems to be fond anticipation. It appears to be waiting for you to follow it. Follow the dog. On the moon. Follow the lustrous dog and do not trail behind. Alright. Following the dog on the moon. We and the star were fulfilled, wanted for naught, mourned for naught. So why? Why did it have to end? Alright. And there we go. Them again. Final days taught us to fear a death forced upon us. The injustice of duties and dreams left unfulfilled. Grief of unexpected partings. Swift as darkness, cold as ash. Such tragedy, yet no catharsis. Such truth, yet no consolation. The dog again. Alright, dog's leading me to the next place. As Frank gets murdered by a praying mantis. Damn dog drug us into a fate. Yeah. Just the dog say now. Alright. Anguished spirits. Our perfection came crumbling down. Such overwhelming despair in that moment, we knew the end was nigh. The faintest glimmer of hope remained. We gave our lives that others may live. We gave ourselves to Zodiark. Zodiark, our Lord and Savior. Forge our world anew. To live and love again. Become one with the star. Fill earth and heaven with life, birth paradise where fear is distant memory. Pardon me, would you be so kind as to step aside? that unmistakable color, the soul of Azim. But not the friend I knew. I think, nevertheless, you are you. So Emmett Selk meant for you to have it. You seem surprised. Why might that be? We meet again, Ithlodeus. Again, I do not believe I have yet had the pleasure. Well, I met a shade of you down in Amarat. On the shard of the first. Emmett Silk created a shade in my likeness? And not only me, but all of Amarat? Not very like him. A slave to sentiment, even after an eternity. As you may have guessed, I am different from the shade you met before. No mere approximation, but the original. A soul sacrificed to Zodiark. We remember in vivid detail the events leading up to our purgatory. The plans and plots for our resurrection, Eidolon's intervention, and Zodiark's and the star's final fate. And then we drifted in a waking dream, our minds steeped in fog, until you came. I know not what you and your friends intend for Zodiark or the future of the star. Nevertheless, in you I place my trust and faith. In you I choose to believe, as Emmett Selk did. Believe in yourself, and all will be well. Yep, there goes the one that the Watcher fixed. More new arrivals, though. Ah, Fandaniel. That color I know. And another I do not. An unfamiliar but fearsome being. I have kept you from your duty. By way of apology, I will ensure that the shades hinder you no more. Protect the final brand. Fare you well, my new old friend. Alright, now we're on to the Martyr. The dog growls agitated. It nudges you with its nose. You get the feeling it wants you to hop on. The dog? Hitting the dog. It has a flying dog, IGN 10 out of 10.
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiac! Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus. A creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance. But powerful, oh so powerful, more so with every passing moment. Such potential, even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
So, here we stand.
Yep, here we stand.
You know my intents. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement. Yes, a taste to whet the appetite.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief. Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
Yeah, I've seen Ilbert do this. Oh, but this one didn't splat at the bottom like Ilbert. Sloppy. Nope. Got blocked by a theater kid. We are the savior. We are the guardian, the keeper of natural order. We are the martyr, the bestower of new beginnings. We are...
Such lofty aspirations! And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction!
cannot end this way. We must return and be made whole. We are the will of the star, now and forever. The greater good, for the sake of the world.
Wrong, 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 wrong! Lies and delusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
No more, we beg of you. The star must endure.
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see. Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless. Don't you think so, Hades?
All I craved and more. Boundless power. Mine to command. I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos, but a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
Let's go. First trial of Endwalker. There it is. I hope Lucky accepted. Right. Going in.
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will. The end has come, and it will be beautiful.
Alright, this is a heal check.
The marvels of circus were but playthings.
Triangle. Move to the sides of it. square means move away from it.
Malice, become flesh!
Two knees. Alright, so he's gonna do some of those mechanics where he spins the platform, so you'll have to like... And he's gonna rotate the platform 90 degrees. Like this right here. Oh wait, nope, he's not rotating it yet. That's gonna be a triangle. So I'm gonna move over here.
Soon my hold over Zodiac shall be complete! Mine! All mine!
Oh, he broke the mask.
At last, I am become Zodiac!
He did kind of look like his old boss when the mask was on. Alright.
The natural order overturned!
We go back here, in the back.
All in existence, bent to my will!
Who just got put in the thing? Oh. Ouch.
My life.
That was Frank.
My masterpiece.
Almost got hit by that. Alright, so the sides are gonna fire first, then the middle. So you stand in the middle, then move to the sides.
How I've waited for this day.
Uh-oh. Oops! Wasn't paying attention to that one. Hero got me. Alright.
All in existence, bent to my will. The great cataclysm, faithfully recreated. From broken skies fall tears of flame.
Alright, this is...
All shall burn!
Shit, wrong way. Alright, that's gonna be... And move to the center.
Will you live to see the end?
Oh, jeez. Get on the dog. And rotate.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Good healer load LB.
Will you live to see the end?
And with the reprisal. Alright, that looks like a square. The opposite end of that. Yes.
I have no need for restraint.
That's going to be a triangle. Rotate, so that's going to be here.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Some people went too far back.
Will you live to see the end?
That's triangle. Alright, well, I might as well just stay here. I already got it. That's a square. That's a square, so I'll go ahead and that. And a triangle.
Will you live to see the end?
There we go. Spin. Okay, so I want right about here. Angie, back here a little bit. There we go. And on the triangle.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Look at that. Lower eyes on the right. That's good.
Will you live to see the end?
In the middle. Into the outside. Alright, we got a triangle starting. Then another triangle starting. And a third triangle starting.
Will you live to see the end?
Uh-oh. Haha! Cancelled! Whip plunge. here is good.
All in existence, bend to my will! Will you live to see the end?
We got a triangle. Oh, shoot, that one was backwards.
Will you live to see the end? All in existence, bend to my will! Will you live to see the end?
There we go. And we got it.
Is this the limit of your power? Is this how it ends?
Alright. Calm the Sage. They did amazing. Alright. Leave duty. Let's see how this ends. We all looped. Yes, we did. Well done. My preparations are complete, and I stand ready to seal Zodiark once more. Withdraw now from this place. The teleporter will deliver you to safety.
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins. And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory. From the first, was for you. To kill Zodiac! 'Twas but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. 'Twould have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you lived to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end. The coming of the final day!
How quickly strength fades, and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber. A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I snare.
Do you die already?
All shall return to nothingness. As was your will, Emperor Sunday. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
There he goes. Like to suffer that no longer. Finally, a period in his sentence.
At last.
Deep breaths, slow and steady. Earth is fine. You saw it too, yes? The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. Yes. I told you, you gotta breathe harder. Then it was no illusion. All was truth. With the death of Zodiark, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. I don't know. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short. The final days are upon us. I don't know. Dude, I just killed a god. Could you not right now?
I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day.
Oh, thanks, you could not. You could actually not. Right now.
Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage. For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
I will not fight for you. Yes, he is. He is definitely sad about being not being the biggest problem we have.
We shall see.
Thus I told Xenos to fuck off. That's the Eorzean way, you know. Fuck off. Oh, he did. I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you need not follow, then I beg you stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zodiark, and the end of all things. Alright. There we go, that was the goal of quests for the day. That was the goal for today. Place to wrap up. And we will continue this next time. You might do gold thosser? Alright. Oh, thumbnail's already made for this area. I've already sent it to K-Rat using my main account.